Zoom just keeps changing, and I'm not sure I like it.
I
But
know it.
and I've went in and looked at my settings, and I just can't seem to find. Okay, so let me welcome everybody to our Wow Wednesday. We know that this is taking time off of your schedule. We appreciate you being here. And if there's anybody that's never been here before and maybe you were invited, just remember who invited you to the call, and please reach out to them after the call if you're interested in knowing more. This call is designed to share whatever testimonials you have. It can be little, it can be a big testimonial, it can be just very slight, or it could be how you're using something that maybe will enlighten the rest of us to use it in a different way too. So you can see all the products back there. We have so much, and we're just growing and growing, and it's just so cool. So anyway, I'm gonna take the screen down, but I'm gonna tell you the disclaimer. The AO technology is not a medical device, nor is the new Infinity Wand, since that is or the inner illuminator or the 660 band. None of those are medical devices. They have anything that we share here has not been evaluated by the FDA. If you are sick, please go consult your healthcare provider. So that is our disclaimer. Our AO technology is only an educational tool to help you figure out what you need to do with your body and on your health journey. Dr. Sheila, would you like to add something?
Yes, just to piggyback on that, we do appreciate you taking time out of your day and your week because, like we've said multiple times, we've been doing this since January, and every single week I learned something else. And that means people that have been doing this for a long time are still learning things, and people that are brand new, this is so powerful for them as well. And if they're exposing this to their friends and families. So thank you for coming, and please speak up no matter how little you think it is. Maybe it's just how something new that you found on the scanner or something new that you learned. Share it because someone else might not be aware of that. So everything is valuable.
It is. So with that being said, I'm going to just open it up. If you would like to share something, just unmute yourself and share with the group. We'd love to hear what you're learning, what you're finding out, how it's affecting you, how it's affecting maybe a client. Please let us know.
I'll start. um, so I was at our local pet food store in Sauk City, and it's called Raw Rations. And I've been trying to get my doggy dialed into, he's my little trouble child. So I was watching his scans, and I was looking for something for amino acids with them. Coconut keeps coming up, so I can't do the coconut amino. So I was asking questions about and the girl behind the counter, young girl, and she keeps questioning. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I went into my whole spiel. I ran to town." Mike was like, "Where were you? You went to get dog food an hour later." So these two young girls behind the counter, and she kept going to, "Okay, let me look and see what we got. Now, what is it? Now, can you do it on humans? Wait, you can do it on your dog?" I mean, she was just like, what the heck? She was like blown away. So we're talking, I'm telling her a little bit about things, and she said, "Well, could you do it on me?" And I said, "Yeah, let's set your profile." So right there, we set up her profile. We did the easy scan, and I did the hormone panel because she had said, "I just got my Dutch test done and I'm waiting for results." I'm like, "Ooh, let's do your hormone panel." So did her hormone panel and sent that to her. And she texted me later and it was quite cute because she was like, "That is right, spot on, but I don't have any of those other diseases." Of course, in the vital stuff came up, and I had told her it's just a snapshot. I use the river analogy. We can take 20 different water samples, 5, 10, 20 minutes apart. We're going to get different things. It could have cryptosporidium in it, and it doesn't mean that it has it, right? But that still freaks people out. I still got to get around that. But so I was like, that's crazy. She's like, I got my results back and it's spot on. So yeah. And she and she was so cute. She goes, could it help me? Because she goes, and excuse my language, she said, I'm an a-hole. I'm like, no, you're not. Every time I come in here, you're nice. She's like, no, I'm an a-hole. I go to counseling and I can't figure out. I said, oh, honey, we could work with the inner voice. So she was messaging me today and was like, I asked how she gave her a day, how'd she do with the inner voice? And she's like, it was very grounding. And I was like, that's awesome that you noticed that. I would like to do more. And I said, well, we could come up with some type of, let's do 21 days of inner voice. And then she wrote, I want the hormone stuff too. And I would want to, maybe I don't need all the other stuff, but maybe I said, okay, I'm going to come up with a plan, come up with a price, and we'll do like 21 days. I feel like a week won't be enough. And like 21 days would be a good way to do it. So I was super excited that she was so like, oh my God, and amazed and like flabbergasted by it. And I also got into the whole muscle testing with her too. And she had never heard of muscle testing. So I used her as a, yeah, she, I like state your name. She was strong. And then I said, make up a name. And she dropped her arm dropped and she was like, shut up. Wait a minute, do it again. I wasn't holding it. So I'm like, okay, well, we can do it as many times as you want. But if your name is not Joe Schmo, it's gonna. So that was just a really cool experience and just kind of piqued her, like, so fun.
It is. You just don't know who all you're going to touch, and and then you went a little further and you taught her something
Yeah.
that will empower her to be able to go into a grocery store and, is this good for me? Let me check, So what a beautiful thing, Tamara. And if I were you, I would offer her a 3-day pass and said, well, if you're this excited about it, here you go. Here's a 3-day pass. Check it out yourself.
Okay, that's a good idea. True.
I mean, I would. I mean,
Yeah.
if she was that excited, I'd say, here, you need a
Okay.
3-day pass to explore this yourself and play with it. And
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
yeah. I mean, it is nice to make a little bit of cash too and do like the
Right.
scans on them. But if they're that excited, I would
Yep.
just say, here you go. Here's your 3-day pass. Have fun and ask
Right.
me any questions,
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. I love it. I went to the health food store today too to get some more of the fur baby probiotics, and this time I picked up their vitamins. And the girl at the checkout, she goes, oh, you got babies at home? And I said, well, fur babies, I do. I have 2 little fur babies that I take really good care of. And she goes, well, it looks like it. And I said, and I make their own food and all this, that, and the other. And she goes, and so why do you do that? There's plenty of dog food on the market. And I said, would you feed your dogs that food? She goes, well, probably not. And I went, yeah, I'm a bioresonance, frequency worker, and I do that on this. She's what? So then I had to talk to her a little bit, and I showed her my scanners. I did kind of like you. I said, I'm in here all the time. I'd be happy. I said, you're here working and you got a line. So I'd be happy
Right.
to come back and show this to you. She goes, I'd love that. So next time I go, I'll try to see if I can set up some time with her. She had a full line though.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. It's fun.
All right. Anybody else like to share? We got a lot of new people on here. Names I don't recognize. So welcome.
Since there are a
Good
lot of new
evening.
people, whatever happened to that? I'm looking for that video that we used to send people that kind of like 5 minutes to explain energy. Where's
It's on
that?
the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm looking in Solex LLC,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
and I'm looking and I can't seem to find it.
If I can
You do.
find it, I'll send it to you when we get off the call. I'll grab it, Carolyn, and
Are you
send
sure?
it your
Well,
way.
I was just thinking that since there's new people here, that maybe
I always type
several.
in introductory video and all of those videos come up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening, guys.
Hey, Gregory.
I was talking about the glasses the last time and been using them a little bit more, concentrating on the low frequency. And I don't know, like I got a story that's still coming out in my new book, but I'm telling you that low frequency is really, really, really opening up a can of worms.
Ah,
And it's definitely going to be in my book.
that
Ah,
is awesome. So nothing you care to share with us tonight?
Well, just put it this way. We all have done things that maybe that we're not too proud of, but the present and the future has nothing to do with that.
Exactly right.
And once you open up that can of worms, all you can do is grow.
yeah,
Amen.
I agree.
Yep. Lauren has told us so many times that if you only had one thing to focus on that bottom one, because that is suppressed, repressed trauma, something that is just depleted energy. And there's something there that's keeping you stuck
Mhm.
somewhere in your life. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
All right. Anybody else like to share anything?
Hey, Tammy, I'll share. So this is a third-party testimonial, and I think this is so awesome. There was a group of homeschooled children. They were on a field trip, and one of the young ladies was having some severe cramps, and her mom knew that one of the other moms had the scanner. So she asked her if she could, she said, can you just, send me some frequencies? Can you just do something for her? And she's like, well, my battery is low, so I don't want to run my battery out. And so she said, well, let me imprint something on her bracelet. So the young girl was wearing a bracelet. So she imprinted her bracelet and she wore it. And the text that she got was that the young lady had said that Shay was a lifesaver. She said that you have absolutely no, and this is her mom, she said, you have absolutely no idea. This has been a struggle for years, and we've tried everything, and nothing ever works. So the frequencies imprinted on her bracelet worked for her. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, that is so
Isn't
awesome.
that awesome? Yeah.
Wow. And how many other people are going to get word of that also that could be impacted?
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, you never know. You never know. Anybody else like to share anything?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to back up a little bit and so just to give you a little bit of background. So back in '08 is when I started my health journey, and I was having migraines like around the clock. I never got rid of them. They were there just all the time. And so I was on Tylenol and ibuprofen around the clock. I never got off of it. And so then I started this health journey and I started to feel a little bit of relief. And I started taking Excedrin because I found that I didn't have to be on Excedrin all the time, but I was doing anywhere between 3 to 12 a day.
Mhm.
And it just, and I was on them pretty much when I started every day. And then it started going down to maybe 5 days a week. But I never was 1 week without Excedrin, not one single week until 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, I started on the Prime and I started being very, very consistent with my scans, sometimes 3-4 times a day, whenever I just needed that. And I've only taken 3 Excedrin once in the last 4 weeks. I'm like thrilled. I'm like, wow, is this what the other half of the world lives with no headaches? Because I've just had them every day.
Wow.
That's
Shelley.
That's so awesome.
I know. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like waking up without the pressure, without like, because sometimes I would just wake up with the pressure on the back of my head and then it would kind of go to the front. But if I took care of it and I like a lot of times my headaches require heat. So which is why I'm like so excited to get the wand and be able to use that. But usually if I put some like a heat compress pack on it or something, it'll go away. I'm not sure what's causing it. I've tried so many different things. I've tried the 660 band. I've tried so many different things. And since I started on the Prime and been very consistent with my scans, they're gone. They're gone.
Wow. Wow.
I know. I'm so excited.
So what scans did you run?
I've just done an easy scan, and sometimes I don't even have chance to even listen to my tones. I just run it. And then in the middle of the day or something, I'll just do another one. I'll just run another one. And that's been what I've done mostly. And now this last 3-4 days, I've started doing quick scans, and whatever comes up, I imprint into some water and just slam it down and carry on with my day. And I started doing that with my younger son too.
This is exactly what I try to help people understand about every individual on the planet. You do not have to know everything. You do not have to dissect this stuff to pieces and make it so complicated. Run the scan and let the technology do what it needs to do, and trust that. People put so much stress on themselves and they don't share with other people because they're afraid they don't know enough. You don't have to know anything except how to push a button. That's it. Look at what's happened. And Prime is, I tell you, when Lauren came out with Prime last year, I was in tears because it literally takes 4 or 5 formulas that I was using in the clinic all in one. It is a daily staple that everyone should be taking. So you had imbalances all over the place, that between the nutrition and the frequencies, your body is now happy. That just makes me so happy.
I know. I mean, it's like, because I've done other methylated vitamins, and they weren't the same. And I'm like, wow, this is like really, really good. And of course now I've added in the pulse and the methylene blue, and but I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. It's like, just to not wake up with that pressure of every single day. And I can't even get through my days are just calmer. Everything is just so much better, because when you wake up without that, it's like your day is even better.
Yeah. I would like to encourage you to write this up and share it in the official Solex group, because I think that would touch a lot of people.
Okay.
Migraines are a big thing.
Yeah.
Dr. Day, do you think I've only been taking the Prime, and when it comes up on my Solex, should I be taking it every day?
I personally do. Even
Are
though
you, Tammy?
it's
Okay.
just a good staple. It's got everything
Okay.
in there that your body needs, and it's going to use what it needs and get rid of what it doesn't.
Okay.
I actually take the methylated, and when I started, I didn't get to hear Tina's or Shelly's full thing because I had a phone call to take real quick, and thank you, Dr. Sheila. But when I started on the other Prime, I noticed something was off. And then when the methylated came out, I started taking it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing on this stuff. So I take the trio, and then now I've added the pulse and the methylene blue, and I'm also going to do the X, because remember, when I called Lauren said do the X along with the pulse, because it'll actually clean up your colon wall so that you can absorb things. Every one of our supplements, guys, they are quality. You do not have to worry about fillers. Lauren has given us the best. Even the fulvic gold, right at the beginning, I was like, I've had other fulvics, there's some that are better. But once I started taking it very regular, I take it in the morning and I take it in the evening with my glass of water with all my stuff in it. And I'm telling you, I am starting to, I have so much energy now. I had energy before, but I have so much energy now that it's like, Scott's like, golly. And I have to make myself go to bed. I make myself, because if I don't, I'll stay up till 10, 11 o'clock, winding down. But I'm telling you, those supplements are a game changer. And the pulse has been huge on me losing weight and giving me the energy to be able to go to the gym and do all the things without having all that. The first day I went to the gym, you guys, I felt horrible after that. I was like, I don't know if I could do this, you know. But then I started on the pulse not long after that. And then I noticed I got all this energy and I got all the strength. And could it be that it was a combination of, you know, building up? It could be. But I'm telling you, I've been out of the pulse since yesterday and I can tell a huge difference. I'm out of the methylene blue. I still have my trio and I still got my fulvic minerals, and I'm getting ready to put my order in tonight, but I'm going to order about 6 or 7 bottles of each of those just to have them on hand because I don't want to run out. I feel too good on the supplements. So if there's anything I tell you tonight, I say get on those supplements. And they're a big change. And then watch your scans change. Mine are changing.
Yep.
They're getting better and things are improving. And it's like, okay, I'm sold. I'm stuck on our supplements.
Yep. And share them with other people because everybody needs to be supplementing. I mean, we are in a time that we don't have a choice. If we
Right.
want to have good health, optimal health, and live the best quality of life, we have got to supplement because our food is not delivering the nutrients that we started out with, and the soil's not allowing them to do that. Plus, they're genetically modified. There's not enough sustenance in there for our cells to be the health that they're supposed to be. So we have to supplement. And we know Lauren's team and the research and development that they go through, they find the best of everything and see how they can make it better. We do have the best supplements here, and they're basic staples that everyone should be taking. You could have a whole business just helping people with supplementation.
Yeah.
And you know,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's like I've been on a lot of supplements too, and I mean, I spent a lot of money on supplements because I've been trying to deal with this, and of course, having both my kids have autism, you know, I've done like researched and clean and it's just, and I felt better. I felt better over the time, but not like I feel now.
Yeah.
Just not like I feel now. It's just like a whole nother level. And so yeah, so I mean they're high quality.
You are making me cry.
I wouldn't put past Lauren to see. I bet he's putting frequencies in our supplements too.
I tell you, I really do like the X. I deal with a lot of bowel cleanses in my practice, and I don't usually do them because I just don't have those kind of issues. But we have, you know, general things that will happen from time to time, especially traveling. That always messes you up because things are not routine. And the X is so gentle. It's not like your big explosive, oh my gosh, it's like it's gentle, but it's thorough. And, you know, I think the box says take it 3 days in a row and then every other day. But for maintenance, just once a week is great.
Yeah. Lauren told me just take it the 3 days and do it once a month. 3 days, once a month. He said, especially since you're doing all this other stuff, just do it. And he said, and that box will last you. He said, just do it 3 days a month and pick the same time every month. He goes, and you'll see a big difference. So I'm gonna start that as soon as I come in.
That's a good idea.
I missed this X thing. Is it a colon cleanse?
Yep.
Is it in the back office?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in a box and they come in little packets, kind of like our fulvic gold. If you give out samples, they come in sample things so that you know you can travel with them.
Thank you.
Tammy, can you clarify which trio you're talking about?
Yeah, the Prime, the Pro, and the Think. You can get that in a trio, and I think it's like right at $100 if I remember right for all 3 of them. You get a discount if you do it all 3 together, and you can do those on auto ship. So you could actually, you know, help. You can sign up preferred customers on a subscription basis where they're doing this on a monthly deal just with supplement, guys. You don't have to have a ton of people signed up doing the scanner. You can do it with just supplements alone.
Yeah, because even the fulvic, I mean, fulvic is another basic daily staple that everyone should be using. It is so important for detoxification. It helps to clean out your cells. It also helps with delivery of nutrients into the cells. It helps with cellular oxygenation. It's a basic staple that God put in the ground initially when everything was created that man has just destroyed and we're not getting it anymore. But it's so important, especially for all of the exposures that we have in our food, in our air, in our drinks, even. This just helps keep our cells clean.
Yeah.
And providing all of your basic elements and minerals, which is also something we're not getting.
Yeah.
What time of day do you take the X?
Usually right before bedtime, about 30 minutes before you head off to bed. And the best way I've known to learn how to take it is because it doesn't taste very good. It's kind of I don't even know how to explain it, but it's a little bit thick, but it kind of has a little bit of an herby taste, and a lot of people don't like that. So I get like some organic apple juice, and I will just do a little bit in a glass because you don't want all that sugar either. But I'll do that with my little, one of those little blender deal that you see everybody has with their stuff. I do that, and then I also do, all of my other liquid supplements. I'll throw those in there too. But I think with the X, you might want to leave that beside or just by itself. Oh, somebody put it in the chat. Thank you, Cassandra. But I take all of Solex's supplements every day. I don't let the scanner just tell me when to take them. I take them, and I have felt amazing. Anybody else?
I'll
I
share
have
again.
something real quick.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, Tina, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I just posted a post on my Facebook.
You got muted.
I don't think I muted her. Well, maybe I did. Go ahead. Tina, unmute yourself. I'm trying to spotlight you, and I guess I muted you. Sorry.
Okay, nope, I'm all good, all good. Um, so last week I mentioned about putting the glasses on my mom and how she was acting kind of like her eyes were hurting. So today I put the glasses on. It's like, let's try it. And towards I told her it's like only 10 minutes tops. We'll start with that. If it bugs you, we'll take them off. Today she was okay with it. So she kept them on for about 15 minutes until I had to leave for work. Then when I went to go get them from her, I told her, it's okay, you're all done. She goes, oh, really? Okay. So I don't know if it was a fluke. I don't know if it was the Alzheimer's or like someone mentioned that is something that is a problem with some people. I don't know what it was, but today was much better.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yesterday, she had a dentist appointment, and I gave her some mood supplements to help with her. And I also ran her scans. Typically, when we go to the dentist, they tend to prescribe like 0.5 milligrams of, I think, Xanax to calm her down. She is 87 years old. So when they give her that, and they told me that's the lowest dose. I said, okay. But when they make me give it to her before her dentist appointment, she tends to act like she's drunk. Her gait is already unsteady, so that makes it worse. And it's 25 minutes to drive from my house to the dental office. She falls asleep within 10 minutes going into town. So I really don't like that. So anyways, I stopped giving it to her and gave her one of the other supplements that I was doing. This time, I also incorporated the frequencies. So before we left, I did the inner voice, and then it just kind of got crazy. So I didn't do her other vitals and stuff like that till we got at the dentist office, but I continuously ran the frequencies. typically when they set you back, let's say, what is that? When they set you back to do your teeth, to look at your teeth, that amount, whatever that range is way too much for her. She starts freaking out, panic attack. So let's say if you can get a visual, she's at the halfway point. This time she went about 3/4 away. And every time they asked her if she was okay, because I told them, it's like, when you go down, you need to do it in increments. Otherwise she'll have a panic attack. And just, well, we're done with the dentist, they'll send us home. And yesterday was really good. She remained calm throughout the whole 45 minutes as they were doing whatever they were doing to her teeth. But
That
yeah.
is powerful.
Yeah. And again, I don't know. It's kind of like with the glasses. I don't know with the Alzheimer's or anything. It's like everything is just hard to judge. But anyways, I noted that on my Facebook page today.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And I got a couple pictures of her with the glasses on.
That's great.
That's good because somebody else needs to hear this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Can I jump in, Tina?
Yes, ma'am.
Go.
In that, not everybody may have seen that conversation, but someone suggested, because her mom was having that response to the glasses, to hold up color, kids' colored construction paper, and have them look at that. And I've been wondering, how can I, with remote clients, short of having them buy the glasses, how can I help them elevate the efficacy, the impact? Because if anyone's used the glasses, you know that just, it takes you to a whole different sphere level. So it's like, okay. And so as reading through that, it's like, well, okay, I don't have anybody that has that. I don't have any, and I almost left the conversation. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, holy cow, that's the answer to the question I've been asking. How can I help my clients that are remotely at a cost-effective way? So we're still traveling, so I haven't been able to get, but I want to get to a Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something and go back to their paper products with my glasses and try and match my colors as close as I can. And then I can cut each sheet into quarters and send that to a client and say, for now, use this. As you find that inner voice and listening to this is helping you, we can get you your own scanner and get you your own glasses. But until then, so I did want to share that Tina, you're sharing your struggles with your mom ended up helping other people. So I know a lot of times we hesitate to get on here and be vulnerable and share, oh, I have this problem, but you never know how you're answering something that's totally unrelated. So I did want to share with you that your conversation with Deb, it really resonated and helped in a totally unrelated area, but it was very powerful. So thank you.
You know,
You're
Carol,
very welcome.
when I started doing scannings, what I would tell people is get some like sandwich baggies and do like, magic markers and look through the color. I mean, it's a cheap and it's an effective way. And I used to have people do that at the very early. And then, we would say, oh, go on Amazon and buy the cheap glasses. But that was the way we fixed it back then. But that's brilliant. I love that. I love that idea to get those colors. Gregory, you have your hand raised. Do you want to go next?
Yeah. One quick story. I saw a friend on Facebook this weekend. She was fooling around with this glass of water, and she was saying that she wondered how the cherry would look inside the water. And I don't know, something for me just caught the Facebook post, and I was like, that has to be her low frequency. And I already knew that she wanted to figure out my inner voice. So I used that as a plugin. So I says, I wonder if that color is your low frequency. So I actually invited her over for Thanksgiving dinner. I'm in Canada, and her house kind of burnt down. Her whole row of townhouses burnt down a few weeks ago. So it was a good way of, bringing her in and helping her out. But sure enough, the red cherry was 100% her lowest frequency.
Interesting. Interesting. Thank you for sharing. I took a class with one of my mentors that was on colors and homeopathy, and I actually have a color wheel up there on my bookshelf where I'm pointing, and we actually have a little photo booth that will put people in, and then we spin that wheel, and whatever color they pick out is associated with the homeopathy that they typically need for their system. So it's very enlightening when you start looking at different colors and the people that, colors that people are attracted to. There's probably an energetic frequency that they're lacking. There could be a homeopathic remedy that their body's trying to speak out to them and they just don't know. So it's all interconnected. And the more you do studies on that, the more you find this out. So thank you. Thank you, Gregory, for sharing that. That's very interesting. Anybody else like to share? Molly, you had your hand up earlier. Did you have anything you wanted to say, or did you want to add anything?
Thank you. I'm trying to get myself and my spiritual mom ready for bed.
Oh,
Yeah, she actually has a vascular dementia, and when I heard that lady that was telling about the glasses with her mom and the Alzheimer's, I've been uh, playing the emotional health and just different customized playlists for my spiritual mom, and she actually improved. She went from using a walker to not using a walker at all in the months when I started to the time when we went for a visit in Florida. Now she did fall and she broke her hip. And so we're into a wheelchair and walker and progressing back out. But I am applying new strategies with the Cephi, with the hip replacement uh, algorithm, and then different things with dots, and things are shifting again, and they shift so much quicker. I even had a crisis myself with blood pressure because it was so overwhelming to get up every 3 hours, 24 hours a day to try to get her to the bathroom. And then my blood pressure was going off the roof, and I don't have a blood pressure problem. So I started playing a blood pressure customized list. And then I appropriated another strategy with some cayenne pepper. And again, my blood pressure is stabilized. And I infused my ring with that strategy. I'm telling you, this device is world changing.
yes.
This device is world changing. I can't quite keep up with all the instruments that we're supposed to be using, but we can just be creative with what we have set before us, man, I'm telling you, it is life changing for everyone. And now I'm telling you, the dementia, it shortens and it seems to minimize when I play her inner voice. I play the AO, what is it called? The AO something, the new one at the
Mind
bottom
sync?
of the,
Mind
yeah, the
sync?
Mind Sync. I've been playing Mind Sync and making her a customized list. And because she really can't read to attribute one for herself, but I put one in there for her. As we just continue to experience this, I'm just so blessed that we have this kind of ideas and technology. It's there. Yep. I don't always seem to have ability for my clients to understand the fullness of what frequencies can do for them, because it's so outside of the visible, it's the invisible. So I usually try to go to the strategies of considering, well, can you see your emotions? Can you see, the spiritual tone of things? Often not, but yet they're represented in things. The same with frequencies. Frequencies are represented in things, and we can appropriate them. So it's just a very interesting thing. I don't know if, Sheila, did you get our report on our pilot?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Chelsea said she was going to send you the report. Our analysis back.
She has not yet.
Okay. We did a 3-month analysis over the summer. I had about 36 participants and did inner voice for 4 days a week, repeatedly sending them frequencies and having them play, and measuring sleep, muscle pain and aches. We measured any spiritual changes. We measured emotional balancing, and we found phenomenal results. Phenomenal.
Wow.
I'm about to go out to my newsletter. So I'm anticipating a big rush on people wanting to just understand how to begin to bring this tool alongside their journey, whether that's a nominal journey and whether just beginning or whether they're quite advanced. I know that it's useful no matter where you are on the continuum of your journey. So amazing. And Sheila, I'll send it over to you directly then.
Thank you, Molly. I know we did talk about it. We got busy in the seminar and we didn't get to a couple of things we were supposed to discuss.
Okay, that's no worries. No worries. I'll send it over. You can do with it as you wish. And
that's powerful. That's
yeah.
Powerful that you took the time to do that, because that is cold, hard facts right there.
Mm-hmm. And it's always necessary for me because I studied in healthcare, so bringing the whole component of healthcare together. Now, I would say that there's some deficits in that study that needs to be continued. However, what we got was remarkable enough to say, let's move on it. So what we'll do is incorporate it as an alongside adjunct to clients that are coming in for various elements, whether it's grief work or whether it's their personal spirit work or things of that nature. We'll bring it as an additional tool that we will, my thought is to bring it in and to do let's work on one element that's before you right now, and we will do it for a week, and we'll send you some broadcasts and teach them that. Then I take that to another level and then do a follow-up consult where that can share with them that they can receive these things for themselves and even more by connecting them with the process for purchase. So that has been a little bit labor intensive.
Yes.
I know Sheila, I know you were like saying, well, where's your this and where's your that? And set a few people. And I'm like, I'm really trying the very best I can. But it's been a lot of fun. And thank you all for being patient and being there every week to bring forward more and more so we can understand.
Yeah, but thank you for taking the time, because for me, my brain would not do something like that. But it is vital that someone is built and wired to do that, because it benefits everyone. So thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm pleased to do it and share it. Yep.
That's amazing.
Thank you. We've got a few more minutes before the Solex call. Anybody else like to share anything? I will tell you, I wore my glasses while I walked that one day, and that's going to be a regular practice of mine, is to wear that lowest frequency color, because that made a big impact. Because our walks are about 30-35 minutes thereabouts, and I wore it the entire time. And then I'm going to try once we get done with our Cephi groups, because we're usually running our Cephis during that time. But I'm going to do the mind sync and wear the glasses while I'm walking. So that's my next experiment, is to do that, because I think that that would have a huge impact on me. I mean, I think everybody, but if you can incorporate that, you know, with your exercise routine or whatever it is you do, your meditation, wear your glasses, do your mind sync, do your inner voice first, then do your mind sync. But I think that's going to be a big, big thing. It's
That
hard to get it
sounds
all in.
powerful.
It's hard
Yeah.
to get it all in, but I am one to make sure that I take care of me first before I start working on anybody else, because the days that I don't, I see a big difference. It's like my whole day is disrupted.
Yeah.
So
I
anybody else?
know we don't have but a few more minutes, but I have a question. I'm kind of struggling on, I was hoping maybe something for wanting to help with weight loss. And I did pull the overindulgence and did infuse some Suffy dots with that. But is there somebody have a nice playlist that's been working for them?
I have a couple. I don't know. Are you on Facebook or anything, or I can send
Yeah,
them in my
yeah, but
group?
I'm in your groups.
Okay, well, I'll put them in my groups, the ones that I'm, because we're actually doing a weight loss one right now, and the two people that are in our group are reporting tremendous changes. So I know they work, because I use them on me, and I don't even think about it. But that and the pulse, I'm telling you, the pulse. I'm telling everybody, you got to get on the pulse if you need to lose weight and you've been stuck, because I've been stuck
Okay.
for years, guys, and I have always done different diets and different workout stuff, and I've been walking for the last almost 3 years and been very consistent, but that's not doing it. Now hitting the gym and doing the pulse, now it's finally coming down. And people are even saying things to me. You look so different. You're changing. So, and I feel
Okay.
so do the
That'd
post,
be
and
great.
I'll put those weight loss in the group.
And then we'll be happy. I'll be happy to report back if you want, Tammy.
Yes, please do.
Yep. And like Cassandra mentioned, also consider if you have any kind of GI things going on, make sure that you get some X and use
Yes.
the fulvic, because the fulvic is excellent detoxification.
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. And I was gonna say something else. And just being consistent with this stuff, you guys. I mean, it has been and I started taking the pulse before it launched. So I'm going to tell you, it takes about 4 or 5 weeks before you start to see, oh, there's a significant weight loss going on now. So give it at least 4 weeks before you say this isn't working. I would say give it 3 months.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, 3 months.
I can tell you, even on my journey, it was 6 months before I started noticing results, and it was 9 months before something finally shifted. And it was like, what the heck? I don't understand it, but it can take a while.
It does. Well, and you just started the pulse too, and you said that you started noticing changes once you started doing the pulse. And you've been
Yeah.
at the work, you've been working out since January. So
Yes.
this is huge, guys. I can't imagine what the methylene blue is also going to be doing to us as well as time goes by, because we've only had it out a couple of months or a month now. So
Tammy, do you do the pulse twice a day, or do you just do it once?
just once, and I'm up to 20 pumps is what I use. I don't want to do it at night, because it just invigorates me and energizes me. I don't think I want to do it at night.
Okay.
I just do mine in the morning.
Yeah, the methylene blue I'll do in the morning and in the night when I've got it. I'll do my 10 pumps in the morning and the night.
Did you start out with 10 pumps?
Mm-hmm. Yep, with the methylene blue. We actually started out at 30 pumps because we got sick the
because
day.
our two users were sick.
Yeah, we got sick at Day of Discovery, and it's like, oh my! And Shelby's like, you need to take the methylene blue, and I'm like, well, how much do we take? She goes, at least take 10 pumps 3 times a day, and we did, and I really feel like that's what got us through it as quickly as we got through. Because the people that didn't have the methylene blue, they were sick a lot longer.
Okay.
So Tammy, I got to ask, how long does that bottle of Pulse last if you're doing 10 pumps to start and now you're up to 20?
Well, I brought back a bottle of Pulse from Day of Discovery, and I just ran out the day before yesterday. And Scott was not taking it. He had taken 1 or 2 doses, but he goes, okay, next time you do an order, please order enough for me too. Because I was kind of hogging it. I'm like, you're not taking it regular. You're not taking it.
Okay. So you're saying 1 month.
Yeah, I would say maybe a month. I'd go ahead and order extra though. Just order extra. You'll be sorry if you don't.
Yeah, if you're just ordering once a month, you better have 2 of each.
Yeah, I would.
Just to have one on hand because your needs could change. I mean, like Tammy started out at four pumps.
Yeah.
And now she's doing 20.
Wow.
Okay. And I love the way it makes me feel. And I get red all over. And then I'm itching. But then you know what I did? What I've started doing, guys, and this might be a good tip too. When you're itching like that, go in and dry brush. When I was dry brushing, I could see and I felt incredible once I got done. So do your dry brushing when you're in that flush. Oh my gosh. And then I thought, oh, I need to sit in the sauna when I'm flushing too.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
That's what they did with the Desert Storm detox protocol.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Good to know.
Tammy, what made you go up to 20 pumps?
Because I was noticing I wasn't getting the same result. And I thought, okay, I need to add a little bit more. Need to add. Now, I don't know if I'm going to top out or not, but I'm like, I like the way that makes me feel. So I keep adding. Maybe I need to ask Lauren about it, but I just love it. The Pulse Cassandra is our new nano, kind of like a niacin blend, and it gives you tons of energy. Because what it's doing is it's kind of cleaning out your cells and your fat cells, and it's increasing your circulation. It's breaking the cholesterol off your vessels and veins, and it's helping you dump that out. So it is all for circulation and heart health, and that's what Lauren told me. That's why they brought it to the market, was for that. He said, but the weight loss being the way it is, he goes, I had no idea it was going to have that effect. So he was real happy to hear about that.
Yep. It's a side effect of cleansing.
Yeah. All right, guys, we are 2 minutes away from Solek's call tonight. Thank you all for being here. And we just
Can I ask a quick question?
Every week. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is coming from my daughter.
Sure.
Her son is 3 months old, and he didn't get circumcised at the hospital because she learned that it's basically the rookies that do it instead of an actual doctor. I didn't even know that, so she taught me something there. Anyways, he is seeing an actual doctor at U of M to have the procedure done this next Friday. They told her that he needs to get a vitamin K shot prior to the surgery because he's still under 7 pounds. I noticed that there is a vitamin K there. Is that something that would be beneficial for him? Is he too young?
You mean in the scanner?
Correct.
Yeah, I would start using that immediately. He's not too young. Nobody's too young. Nobody's too old for the frequency.
The vitamin K actually naturally begins, what is it, day 7 or day 10? That's why the Jewish custom is not to circumcise until day 10, because that's when the K automatically kicks in naturally. Hocus pocus on that side. We've debunked it.
Okay, because she's supposed to take him to the hospital here locally to go get a shot of vitamin K, but there's nobody in in our area that has a vitamin K without something or other in it.
Yeah, that shot isn't even real K. It's synthetic.
Yeah.
Okay, I will let her know.
There, but
there is a natural form that you can get, but it's not at the hospital.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's also not necessary.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you again. We're going to end this call because Solec's call is next. Love you all, and we appreciate each and every one of you. So please come back next week and invite your people.
Yes.
And if you were invited, please reach back to the person that invited you to this call, Sheila.
Yes. Thank you for everything that you've input tonight, and those of you that gleaned all of that. You share yours too, because I know you've got stuff. You just don't think it's important enough to say, but it is. We want to hear it.
Right.
Love you all bunches.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.